What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino, and I'm about to do the Perso Suite with HighThoughtsTV, man. Y'all make sure y'all support it, man, and let's make it blow through the roof, man.
About to smoke a Perso Suite with HighThoughtsTV.
Y'all know what the fuck we doing, man. It's HighThoughtsTV. Niggas hot in the bitch, man.
I'm smoking a Perso Suite with HighThoughtsTV.
Bet, so what's going down?
Man, blessed, man. Blessed to be here. Blessed to be on your platform, brother. I appreciate you, man.
No, for sure. For the people that don't know, they should. We got another legend, another H-Town legend with us. If they don't know, let them know who's here with us.
Man, it's your big brother K-Rino, man. SouthPark Coalition, H-Town, Deadend. That's what it is.
Yeah, so talk about SouthPark, Deadend coming up for you. What was the community like?
Man, just regular hood, just like any other hood in the city, any other hood in America, man. Just people trying to make it, parents trying to make it. A lot of youngsters in the hood. I grew up in the Deadend down in the SouthPark Village. So you had, of course, the Orleans, the Esperanza. All those schoolers know these apartments on the Kingsgate, Summerwood. And that's where I came up at, man. And playing football, basketball, and eventually going into rap as we got a little older.
So let's talk like those early days for you. The school, what was school like? You know, maybe some music you heard at the crib from the fam?
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. You know, early on, I was one of the 70s babies, so I grew up with mama having all the old school records, the Isley Brothers and Teddy Pendergrass and Confunction and all that. So that's what I came up listening to, Luther Vandross and all that, Stevie. But as school got started, as you started going to school, rapping really wasn't something that was on the radar because it wasn't around when I was 7, 8 years old. By the time I hit 9 or 10 and Sugar Hill Gang and Rappers Delight and all that came out, that's when the bug started to first bite us. And I still didn't start actually writing until maybe 4 years later when I was like 13.
So during that time, during the 70s, talk like what was the Houston, you know, if there wasn't rap going on, what was some other things that might have been filling them voids at the time?
Yeah, just R&B, man, and really sports. You know, football was my first love. You know, I just, you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be in the NFL one day because I slept with my football. I love football. You know, it's back when the Houston Oilers was around. So mainly the guys in our neighborhood, we just played ball and hung out, and because rap wasn't even on the radar. It wasn't even something that was a thought until years later when we heard Curtis Blow and Sugar Hill and all that, and they would play it on the radio. So you got to understand, it was this new thing that nobody had ever heard of before. Like, man, what is this? So, you know, it was, we heard it, we loved it, but it took a while before I started to think it was something that I could do.
Okay, so that's one of the notable sides of Houston, where you're from, SouthPark, Deadend.
Yeah.
So what were the kids like? You know, I hear a lot of different stories. Like it was going down over there. So like, if you can, like, what was the, you know, you go outside at, let's say 13, 14, you know, when you start going through those adolescent stages, what were you seeing around that time?
I was gone by then. I moved from down there when I was 12.
Okay.
Right when my grandmother passed. And but I just moved further down. I was on Martin Luther King and Griggs at that point. But yeah, you know, once things didn't really start popping off on that level until crack hit. By the time crack hit in like 84, 85, I was back down there. So we had moved away when we came back, but I was on Selinsky. I was right off Martin Luther King. And a lot of people still consider that dead end, but it's really not. But when crack hit, that's when the streets kind of took a turn, and that innocence was gone after that, because you either had people selling it or smoking it, and it just turned the hood upside down like it did in every city in America at that time.
So you being a part of that era where it first hit, I'm sure you might have, you know, lost some people, whether they was to the system or to the, you know, the addiction.
No doubt.
So talk about, like you said, when that hit, what did that do for your mental? How did you, you know, stay away?
Oh, I knew. I didn't stay. I stayed away, absolutely, because luckily, man, I had a mama that wouldn't. I feared her more than I feared whatever was gonna go on outside my house. So it wasn't even an option for me to sell it. It definitely wasn't an option for me to smoke it. You know, so at that time, I saw a few of the homies dabble in both sides of that, and I saw a few of the big homies that would get deep into it and start setting it. And then the problem was some of them eventually started smoking it because that's just normally the cycle. Somebody want to try and see what it was all about. So we lost a lot of people in terms of, you know, just straight up upstanding hood legends turning into dope fiends, all the way down to some of the, you know, beautiful high school beauties turning into dope fiends, all the way down to people getting 15, 20 years in prison behind 70, and people dying in the streets because of the conflict that came from it as well.
Yeah.